Hey everyone, welcome to my 35-week pregnancy update, my vlog. And this week, kind of a tough week. 35 weeks, how is the baby doing? The baby is about 18 inches long and about 5¼ pounds right now. The size of a honeydew lemon, honeydew melon. Most of the physical development is complete. The kidneys are developed. Most of the organs are developed. So now the baby is really just plumping up and getting ready for birth. So right now my belly is a snug fit. Not much room in there. And before, your uterus, my uterus is tucked within the pelvis, but now it can expand because it's holding the baby. It's expanded all the way up to my rib cage, which presses on all the other organs, which causes you to wanna go to the bathroom more often. So I am running to the bathroom every 20 minutes because of all the pressure that the baby's causing. Baby's quite active. We went to the ultrasound yesterday, and when I saw that, I'm not really fond of ultrasounds because I always think it looks kind of freaky, like just the picture of the diagram. But when I saw it, I just kind of melted, and I had a tear coming down my eyes because it just reminds you how amazing a woman's body is to be able to create another human being. And also in the ultrasound, all I saw were cheeks. The baby has really big cheeks. So I'm so looking forward to meeting him. And yeah, so that's how the baby's doing, 35 weeks. How is mama doing? I'm doing great. Out of breath, but I feel good. It's getting there. I definitely have been feeling more tired. I don't have as much energy. I've had to back out of a few commitments because come 7:38, I am just wiped out. So I'm so sorry, you guys. I try. What else? I'm also, like, this last week, I've also started experiencing very light contractions, and then some days intense contractions. And at first, I thought to myself, wow, this is the sensation I had right before my water broke. So I started getting scared and paranoid because I'm at 35 weeks now. So I thought, oh my God, like, what if this is it? What if my water breaks any minute? But of course, I called my doctor. I saw my doctor, and he said, what you're experiencing is this thing called Braxton Hicks. Now, for those of you who don't know, Braxton Hicks is like contraction, like intermittent uterine contractions, and it starts in the early pregnancy. Some women feel it in second trimester, but for me, I feel it more in the third trimester, especially now, just a few weeks before I give birth. When I have this type of contraction, I feel my abdominal area tightening up. My groin tighten and squeeze and then relax. But the difference between Braxton Hicks and preterm labor is the Braxton Hicks contractions are infrequent. So it means it happens here or there. It happens, infrequently. If I'm doing something strenuous, sometimes it comes in strong. Sometimes I'm just lying down and it comes in strong. But with preterm labor, the contractions are frequent. You can actually time the contractions, whether it's every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes, or, that's really what contractions are. And when it's preterm labor, it's your cervix is pretty much, begin to ripen, and that's when it starts to thin out, preparing your body for birth. So that's kind of how you tell the difference between Braxton Hicks and preterm labor, which I had to relearn during this second pregnancy. But anytime you feel a sensation, an intense sensation that does not feel normal, call your doctor, call your doula, call your midwife, or whoever's assisting you with the birth. And it's always best to get a second opinion, third opinion, and just to always be on the safe side. So having said that, we are just getting ready. Activities I was doing this week just to prepare, getting the nursery ready, of course, getting all the baby gear set up. I mean, we still have the nursery from Ace, which is great. Everything is pretty much there, but what I had to do was unpack all of Ace's old clothes from birth to 6 months, and I just, had it washed and put it back in the drawer. So now we're ready for the new one, for the new baby. What else did we do? Set up the baby gear. We got a second car seat, which is right there, and getting ready to install that, because you never know. I'm like 2-3 weeks away from my, birth. Actually 3 weeks. I'm supposed to give birth first week of February, and but it can really happen anytime, so it's just always good to be prepared. A few things to consider. I mean, right now, 35 weeks, it's a good time to start putting a birth plan together, to talk to your partner, talk to your doctor about the kind of birth you want, the kind of birth you want to experience. I did that with the first pregnancy with Ace. I'm doing it again with this pregnancy. But this time around, I know what to expect. I know the process. I won't be as anxious as I was the first time. And so, just talking to your partner, talking to your doctor, and having a birth plan written down. There are forms you can actually, there are different birth plans, but you can Google birth plan, and it'll give you ideas on what are the guidelines, how to write it, things like that. It's pretty self-explanatory, but for me, the birth plan is really just a guide for the medical team to know what your limits are, like in terms of, how much medication you want, when you want it, or you don't want any medication whatsoever. And if things go wrong, what are they allowed to do? And for me, what's important is I didn't want them to vaccinate the baby right away, so I made sure that was included in the birth plan. That's, personal reasons. For me, to vaccinate a purely brand new baby, brand new system for no reason that hasn't even been exposed to the world, I just find that intoxicating, and it goes against how I parent. But that's, everyone to each his own, but for me, that's what works. So it's important for me to write down the guidelines for my labor and delivery, but also for the baby, what the guidelines are for the baby, because sometimes that goes out the window when, they're just focused on you. So I found that really helpful the first time around. What else? Pre-packing our hospital bag, which I will link a video below. Just getting ready for the hospital, making sure I have everything in there. And if I've missed some things, I will also list the things I've missed. So that's basically what we've been doing. Just playing the waiting game. Very, very excited. And also very tired. So what else? That's it. I will show you my belly so you can see what 35 weeks look like. It's really grown. Hello, belly. Okay, 35 weeks. Almost there. Woohoo! Okay, there you have it. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Teresa Herrera. Thanks for following me on this journey. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can connect with me on all my links down below. All right, bye guys.